Hey, it's Nanofsky, and today I want to show you how to play this song, Trust in God by Elevation. And this song is in the key of C. I'm going to play through the introduction and then we'll get into the details. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Then you get into the verse. So that was the introduction, and the chords for that introduction were C, and it's so beautiful because any note that you can play in this key, every white note that you can play will make sense in this song because it's in the key of C. So that first chord is C, then you have an A minor. I'm just gonna hit that A key octave. Then you have an F, and then it's a D minor, and then back to F. So those 5 chords, so you have C, A minor, F, C, F, and they repeat really throughout the entire song for the most part. All right, so this song is also in the 3 count, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just for those who like to know the time signature. All right, so now the introduction in more detail. So I told you about those 5 chords, and what you do with the right hand matters. Because this song is in the C, in the key of C. We know the C chord to be right here, right? Or right here. And then if I play this C up here, this is my full chord. So, okay. Now, if I drop these last 2 and I just keep these, you're essentially playing the 1st and 5th of C, except instead of playing this down here, I'm going to play it up here. So I want you to consider this to be kind of the root of the song, and you're going to be playing it throughout a lot in this song, even as you switch chords. Okay, so I just want you to be thinking about this position. Now, the introduction will still come back to this root position. So, for example, when you're playing the C in the introduction, so you're going to play the D and E real quick. So notice you just do that little cute thing, then you go back to that root twice, and then you go back to the root. Okay, let's do that from the beginning. And then you do the same as you did the first time. And then you're going to do. Now, when you add the left hand, it sounds so much better. Watch. So, still on my C chord. Now I'm going to be moving to A minor. Whoops. Back to that root position. F, D minor, back to F. Blessed assurance. All right, so I'm gonna play that through one more time and extra slow. Okay, so. Blessed assurance. You move into the verse. All right, if you still need more help, scroll back, practice this. I myself had to practice this a lot of times to get it, because it is, like lots of, and I'm not strong with my fourth and fifth fingers to even do this. So if you're strong in these fingers, it might be easier, but for me it was a little hard. But you know what? I didn't allow that to like stop me from playing this song, so that's all that matters. So the chords, again, they stay the same, and what's great about the verse is that you can keep your hand right on these notes the entire time if you want to. So I'm gonna go straight into the verse, and then I'll try to kind of comment my way through it for it to make sense. So I'm gonna go through that introduction, F. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. He's been my fourth man in the fire, time after time. Born of His Spirit. You have to see, then moving into A minor. And then into F. It's more than enough. And then we move into the chorus. I trust in God, my Savior, the one. All right, but before we really get into the chorus, let's kind of back up into the verse. And I want to make sure that everything is truly clean and clear. So you're staying in this root position with your right hand the entire time. Of course, you can add things like, and like I said, you can't really go wrong in the key of C, because if you accidentally hit the wrong white key, everything will be okay, because it's in the key of C, and any of these keys will make sense. If you really want to improvise, you can, you can hit some of these notes. If you want to be really creative in that verse, you can also go a little higher, So if you're looking for something a little, more gentle, or you can kind of stay up here and then travel back down. Okay, so it's really up to you. You can be very flexible. All right, so we end that off with a D minor and an F. It's more than enough. And back to F. We go into the chorus, which guess what? Has the same chords. So more than enough. I trust in God, my Savior. Trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never fail. He will never fail. So that's one way that you can play the chorus. It's very simple, similar to the verse, and you're noticing we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The other way you can view it is the 1 to 3 that I kind of mentioned in the beginning of this song. So you can play this song like this. God, my Savior. Trust in God. So it really matters, it depends on you and how you want to play this song. You could do this like regular pattern, or you could do a little bit of that flowy style. And this really keeps it with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, keeps up with that counting pattern. So that's the chorus. Right after the chorus, we go straight into verse 2. So fail. You can hold out that F if you want, and then go into the verse. Perfect submission, all is at rest. I know the author of tomorrow has ordered my steps. So this is my story. This is my song, praising my risen King and Savior all the day long. Back to F. I trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never fail. He will never fail. I trust in God. So you notice that I didn't get into the F at the right time, but I still transitioned into F and then went to C. My Savior, who will never fail. He will never fail. So either of those styles, the flowy one is a little harder if you're singing. But this one is a little simpler if you're singing. And then as you end that second chorus, there's this beautiful little break there. So, fail. He hadn't failed you then. He won't fail you now. I sought the Lord, and you go into the bridge. But I want to go through this detail again, that break. Now, notice that I was down here. Goodness. All right, so this is how that transition looks like. You go to this high key. Let me see if you can see it. Yeah, you should. Okay. So this looks a little bit like, the introduction. So we did. So. Didn't fail you then. And then you can do, or. He won't fail you now. So you can use any of those. Or. So that's how I would transition into that break. He didn't fail you then. He won't fail you now. And then just playing F. Really keeping your hand high here. So just a little recap of the introduction, but on the higher notes. So kind of. So. And then the F at the ending there. So again, let's do that again. He hadn't failed you then. He won't fail you now. I sought the Lord. And you can either stay on the high keys, sorry, or you can move lower over here. So, I sought the Lord, and He heard, and He answered. I sought the Lord, and He heard, and He answered. I sought the Lord, and He heard. can add and just improvise if you want at this point. So I sought the Lord and he heard and he answered. I sought the Lord. So what I did is I just kind of moved playing these first and fifth. So first, fifth, I could play it here backwards, first, fifth, and then move to fifth, first, and then back to first, fifth. So kind of just playing around with that. I'm kind of moving lower. Simple way to say that. So let's say, I sought the Lord and he heard and he answered. I sought the Lord, moving a little lower, heard and he answered. I sought the Lord and he heard and he answered. That's why I trust him. That's why I trust him. I sought the Lord and he heard and he answered. I sought the Lord. So really, if you're trying to get louder, just play more bass. You can do, right? We've seen that. He answered, that's why I trust him. That's why I trust him. And you could go back up high and, just do, I sought the Lord and he heard and he answered. I sought the Lord and he heard and he answered. I sought the Lord. You could do little different patterns. Bring it a little higher. Just showing you different little examples of how you can improvise. And whatever you want to sing. I heard different versions of this song. They say I will walk by faith, not by sight. And just know that the chords are always repeating. So C, A minor, F, D minor, F. And you can just improvise throughout. Actually moved into a G. I wasn't planning on that. Who knows? Maybe I'm moving into another song. But anyway, you get the point. Feel free to just improvise throughout the song. Right, you can go back to the introduction. Play it throughout if you want. And if you need help, knowing what to play during introductions and while someone is speaking or during prayer, I do have a course called Piano Ministry Course, and I just kind of go through all of that in there. That's what you really need help with. All right, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this one.